1 year ago. Crazy. Ready?
You're live.
I'm live?
Uh,
Double.
yeah,
Double.
you're live.
All right, guys, welcome to Don't Buy Real Estate. We are live and direct. We appreciate you being here. We're waiting for the Zoom meeting to host our participation. We'll see if Tyler shows up. Oh, there he goes. Here he comes. Tyler, you're live. You're live, baby. Don't say anything racist, Tyler. Don't say anything bad, okay? You are live. Tyler's not known to do that, but it happens. What's going on, man? I've talked to Tyler like 3 times in the last 24 hours. That's the record amount of times I've spoken to Tyler. He had a meeting. He's like, hey, when do you want to meet this week? And I was like, 5 a.m. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, 5 a.m. my time. We settle on 5:30 a.m. so I could get out of the house and make the call. But Tyler was there. You were there at 5:30 a.m. promptly, which is still 7:30 your time. And you were like, oh, it's kind of dark out here. But you made it. All right. So I appreciate you making it here, Tyler. You're going to let everyone in or what?
I'm surprised there's this many people here this early because, like, shoot, this is usually how many people are here on time. So this is the early crowd. I know Tim Whitman actually sent a screenshot about an hour ago that he was ready and he was in the waiting room. So shout out to Tim Whitman.
That's my man. We missed you last week, Tim. We don't see you,
Yeah.
though. Where is he?
He doesn't even realize we launched the call yet, but he was here first. I can verify that because he sent me a screenshot. So shout out to Tim for the number one
And
spot.
Steven Sanders is in the house. Look at him.
Oh, what's up, Lenny? Yep.
What's up, boy?
Recording in progress.
How's Texas treating you?
Shit, it's hot right now, but I know I
Really?
got a jacket. So yeah,
You always got a jacket on. I think you always have like a sweater on or a hoodie or something.
Yeah, that'd be true. That'd be true. I'm
Yeah.
trying to lose that weight.
You trying to shed it? You just got to stop eating, bro. That's what I did for like 3 weeks.
I know I need a fast. When we doing that fast again?
Anytime you guys are up for the challenge. It's easy for me now because once you have no money, you're forced to fast. You just don't eat.
Amen.
I'm eating hot dogs from Costco, bro. Hot dogs from Costco. That's how we roll. $1.50. What's up, X? What are you doing?
What's going on, y'all? What's good, everyone? Let's see. I mean, YouTube. I need to pull it up to see who's in the chat. But if you're
There he is. There's Mr. Whitman.
Oh, there he is.
He looked like he just woke up too. He's like, oh man, I almost missed the stream. His hair's all
Good
messed
work,
up.
Tim. You inspired us to be early today. So shout out to Tim.
There we go. I got my kid's baseball game at 4:45. I'm not going to make it on time, but I'm going to make it. That's the goal as a parent, is just to make it, right? I think that's I'm usually there on time though, so he won't even know this, hopefully. So we're going to run through this, not too fast, but not too slow. Who we got today, Tyler? I know we're doing like a quick coaching call, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do some live coaching for. We've actually got 2 of the 3 on. I know the third will join us closer to the hour here, so that's okay. We'll get started. We got Jose Lustre out of California, Bay Area. I think San Jose.
Bay Area.
Jose is.
Sorry.
Hence the name Jose, repping San Jose, and then we got Steven Sanders out of Texas. So, and then our third chat is going to be in Florida when she's on. So
Nice.
Yeah, we're working today.
We got victims from coast to coast. I like it. And in the middle. That's good.
Yeah, we got the major states covered. That accounts for like what, 500,000 agents, I think, between those 3 states.
I mean, probably half of the population, maybe? No, maybe. I don't know. I haven't checked recently. But there's a lot of people in those 3 states, that's for sure.
And these 3, I think we can figure out how to get at least another deal done. Hopefully more than that, though, right? We'll see what we got in.
So who's going to go first? I don't see Jose, so we'll start with Steven. Steven, unmute yourself, please. Introduce yourself. I know who you are. Does the YouTube world know who you are?
What's up, YouTube? My name is Steven. I'm in Texas, College Station area. I'm a veteran. And yeah, what else would you like to know?
How long have you been in the game, the real estate game?
I think I'm going on 4 years.
Nice.
4
And
years.
then how did you get hooked up with us? I know it was probably through stocks. And it was
Yep.
probably through the original TLT, right?
No, it was the second TLT.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I was watching stocks for about a year, 2 years, and then stock money ran out, and I needed to actually make some real money.
There we go.
So
You had to grow
here we
up.
are.
You had to grow
Yeah,
up. Yep.
exactly. I had to grow up.
So you've been a real estate agent for 4 years, and how many transactions have you closed in those 4 years?
Each year about four.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Hasn't been much, but
16 in your life. I mean, it's
yeah.
not terrible, but I know price points in your area are pretty low. So income wise, it's if you would have done that here in California, you'd be a millionaire. But I know
Yeah.
4 in College Station probably doesn't pay the bills. But that's good. That's a good starting point. 4 and 4, 4 per year, 16. How old are you now?
I just turned 30.
Dang, bro. So I've known you since you were like a baby. You're like 24, 21. Dang, that's crazy. 5 years, right?
Yeah, it's 5 years, so about 25.
5,
20.
6 years, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Half a
That's a
decade.
long time, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Been a minute.
All right, and then you just got engaged, right? We're getting the full rundown on you. We're getting the full background so
shit.
people can
Oh,
paint the
shit.
picture. Yeah.
Okay, yep. Just got engaged.
Okay. When's the wedding date?
5/5/25.
So that's next week.
Yeah, it's coming up here soon.
It's
I'll
in
be
like 2 weeks.
Arizona.
Arizona for the wedding. Okay. It sounds like she picked that, not you.
Yep, she did.
Okay.
Nope.
Because you would have
Going
kept it
along
in
with the
Texas.
plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. And so, what are your biggest struggles right now in the real estate game and in life? Whatever you want to talk about. But this is all. The mic is yours for now.
Shit, mine would be finding new people, like finding people who want to buy or finding people who want to sell. Like I know obviously you can cold call, but I don't really cold call. Where I'm actually working at right now, I don't really get good phone service, and I even tried moving my internet out here, but that didn't really work out. So I actually had to run a hard line, and then my little Wi-Fi adapter didn't work, so
You sound
I
like you
don't
got a
cold
lot of
call.
excuses. You got a lot of
Yeah,
excuses,
exactly.
Steven.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 years in real estate, I've only cold called like 5 times.
Okay, so
I
that's
door
fine.
knocked plenty.
How do you get your deals? Walk me through that process. Your 16 deals, where did they all come from? What source?
The workplace referrals and then family and friends.
Okay. So that tells me right there you should just stick with that. If you don't want to do cold calls, don't do cold calls. If you don't want to do door knocking, don't do door knocking. Work rate, I mean, I'm in the group chat now, right, Tyler? And you can chime in. But it seems like Workplace has a lot of referral opportunities if you just kind of hang out there. It's not like you have to go cold call agents and stuff like that. You could just literally sit there all day or have someone sit there for you or someone on the team tag you, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a system for it. I can walk you through more of how our system works, but for the past 4 years, we've been doing over $1 million in gross commissions with the team just off of those referrals you mentioned. So most people who tap into that like really get a jump start on their real estate career. Like it's not uncommon that a team member will close their first 3, 4, 5 deals straight off of that lead source, which outperforms what most people when they're newly licensed. Most of people's first deals close from an existing connection they had with us. We found that more often people are closing their first deals with these workplace referral opportunities. So it's a difference maker. But I also let people know like with the team as big of an opportunity as it is, it's never something that you should rely on as like your primary. I mean, some people it ends up being their primary source of business year one, but that's not necessarily the goal, although it's helpful if there's a lot of deals that close from it that otherwise wouldn't.
Yeah. And for everyone on YouTube who's not part of the team, this is with it's called the EXP Workplace, right? And you
Yeah.
have to be an an agent with EXP.
Yeah, you have to be. I mean, more specifically with the team, like we have a tight knit community because there's a lot of people. Like there's literally 80,000 people on this platform, but Between the 80 of us on the team, like we work very closely together to help each other. So like we kind of have each other's back. If someone's not running within that specific group, like we wouldn't know. Like you could be some random person out there. We're not even gonna know you exist if you're not running with us directly. So like we have the system pretty dialed in with members of the team because there's I actually just reminded them before I hopped on here that hey, if you're not at least like helping one person a day with this, like you got to plug back into that because that's how it all works. So we
Yeah.
have certain standards.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's. I mean, you could hang out there all day, Steven, and you could just keep doing what you're doing. But I think the workplace is going to help you get at least 4 deals a year if you run it right. And if you're getting 16 deals already, you say half of them came from workplace. I don't know how else you can leverage these relationships. Maybe go back to the person who referred it to you, start building blocks with them and figuring out how you can be of value to them on the flip side. I'm sure not all of them were part of our team, right? They were more agents from out of state or different areas. So maybe touch base with them. If you're not running your referrals correctly through the closings that you had, that means people just didn't like you when you did close, or you're just not talking to them. And I think it's everyone who does talk to you, they do like you. So I don't think that's the issue. I think you're just not following up with past clients correctly, and we could plug you in with drip campaigns and events you can run and different things we can do with your past clients that fit your personality. But for you, if your biggest challenge is meeting new people and your biggest lead source was workplace and family and friends, I would get around more family and friends and be in workplace more and more and try to get more referrals. So maybe Tyler and I can chat with you off the YouTube live and come up with a good game plan, some KPIs, some metrics for you to really follow. And that, I'm guessing that means hanging out there, commenting on other people's posts. I don't know how it works that much, Tyler, but correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in there, you're engaging with other people, right? You're not just sitting there waiting for someone to say, "Hey, I need College Station agents."
The most effective thing we found is like actually helping other people get opportunities in their areas. Like there's a direct correlation between the people who have like literally helped another person the most in different markets and the ones that actually get the most opportunity because like the people if you help them if you mention them and they vouch for you and they come through they want to reciprocate. Like even the other day I was thinking of some random person that sent me a listing opportunity and I was thinking the other day like shoot, I want to reciprocate. I saw an opportunity to do so, and I thought about her because she sent me something, and I actually put her name out there to make that connection. So that's just kind of how it works, especially if it's someone who like, shoot, if you've helped someone like 3 times and said like, hey, you should talk to so and so, like, most people want to reciprocate. They're going to try like really hard when they see something in your area to be like, oh, you need to talk to Steven or whatever the case is.
Yeah. So I like that. So maybe we'll have a goal for you, Stephen, to get in front of more people. On the family and friend side, I mean, this wedding is a good opportunity to let everyone know what you do. A lot of people are going to come up to you, shake your hands, give you a hug, ask you how life is. Really engage with people, I would say, at the wedding, and just develop relationships with them outside of just the wedding and try to get some more FaceTime with them. This is your time to kind of reset the clock. So I think this wedding would be good for you next week.
Yeah,
I would wear maybe an EXP sponsored suit. Just get like a big X, and when you open it up, it's your face. But that's just marketing. Sorry to cut you off.
I know that another thing that's been really or not really helping, but one thing I've done this year is actually go on social media and show my face. For the first 3 years, I guess what was it? What do you call the agents that are like in a closet, just
Undercover.
like no one knows about you? Yeah, undercover agent.
Secret
Yeah, I was
agents.
that.
Secret agent.
And
Secret agent. Yeah.
they suck. I would not recommend being that. Get over your fears, put your face out there, and see what happens.
Dang, Jay for State Farm is in the house. No, I like it. I was thinking about that the other day. Is it better to lock yourself out of social media and really focus? And this question's more for everyone. Is it better to just focus on the core stuff, like the cold callers, the mailers, the events, all the other lead generation sources out there, or is it better just to jump into social and really kind of DM people, post a lot, post your story? It just depends. I think social media was a bad thing for me, but I don't know. Let's get the team's feedback because it kind of made me forget about the basics. It made me forget about the phone calls, the follow-ups, the email campaigns that I would used to run, the events I would go to, all that stuff. So just be careful. I don't know what do you think, Tyler and X and Tim?
I'm surprised to hear you. Like I wouldn't have thought that you would have. Like I thought it, might be a good thing for you, but I'm guessing you're kind of seeing the other side of it.
Well, I see. Maybe mine was more like not stardom, but we got a lot of views, and I think that distracts you from the real goal. And the real goal is relationships and transactions in the bank. So views don't translate to transactions necessarily. I think you still have to work the system. You still have to do the DMs. You still have to do a lot of things where people get distracted where they think, hey, let me just post and see what happens. You have to, just like the EXP world or whatever it's called, the workplace, you got to go there and give some sort of value to someone for them to remember that you're in real estate in that market. So for me, when I tell people to go on social media, I tell people to really go on social media, send the DMs, really engage, see where you could be of value versus the other way around. So I think that you get distracted.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's where you apply yourself, though. Like, so that good point on distract. Like, and I think it's the easiest thing for all of us to get distracted by social media. Um, I saw someone post something the other day. I don't remember who shared it originally, but it's something along the lines of like this 6x4 screen. The 6x4 screen is defeating you in all your goals or something like
Yeah.
that. Um, and but I think the aspect of that is like it's either, I mean, it's a tool, right, if used properly, but reality is like a very small percentage of people use it as the tool it is to reach people, and then the rest on the flip side, 1% of the people are making, so you're the 1% of people making the content. 99% of people, they're making little to no content. They're just scrolling in their feed 4 hours a day and consuming stuff that the 1% are making. So I
Yeah.
think you're on the right side of it, but question is like the rest of us, are we on the right side of that, or are we getting sucked into the vortex and distracted from our goals when we could really use that time to move the needle in other areas? Because you can move the needle with social media, but for most people, they're on the consumer side, not the producer side. But
Yep.
I think regardless if it's social media or conventional means like email or reaching out to people directly, it's all about getting your name out there. And there's someone. I was thinking about this today because you're mentioning our communication network internally. That's what workplace is for those that don't know, but amongst agents. But I was thinking about this the other day because most people when they come on, they don't really put themselves out there that well. But there's actually a new agent we had that came on board recently. Who's a part of your group too, actually. And I was thinking about this because I like saw her in random groups just like commenting and getting to know different people and like commenting on people's stuff. I'm like, wow, that's refreshing because like I don't remember the last time I saw someone do that. Where like I literally just see her different places in the network, and it made me think like, wow, that's the difference right there. Because if someone does that, and what's funny too, I talked to her. She's brand newly licensed. She got her license like a week and a half ago, like brand newly licensed. I called her today with a listing, potential listing connection, and found out she just signed her first buyer as well, like fresh out the gate. I'm like, let's freaking go. But also, I kind of see what she's doing. She's putting her name out there. She's making connections in the network without anyone needing to like, make an introduction for her. And I was
Yep.
just thinking like, wow, if someone does that like every day, like imagine like 100 days from now, like she could have like several hundred people who like on some level have seen or know who she is and know that okay, that's someone in this market area because she's in a market area there's not a lot of people in. It's a
Yep.
it's a good sized market, but there's not like 100 agents in our network there. There's like a handful, if that. And so if she's the one that's gaining that top of mind familiarity, she could have advocates in like 50 different markets across the map who know her, who like her because she interacts positively with their stuff and maybe even sends them opportunity. So I think she's gonna crush it because like I literally can't even remember the last time I saw someone put themselves out there to make those kind of connections. Like usually people don't even post or say anything, and then like literally no one knows they even exist.
Yep. No, I like that. So, Steven, yeah, I mean, get out there. You know what you're good at. You know what your strengths are. We do too. So get out there, do more in the workplace, do more on social, do more face to face with family and friends. I think the target should be 8 minimum deals a year, or go get a W-2 job and call it a day. And I think you have your marketing platform, Tyler, that you help agents with, and I think that'll get Steven in front of more family and friends. I mean, you don't have to do the whole funnel stuff. You could just literally target your family and friends on Facebook, from what I understand, and the value that you give to them constantly and just being there will help remind them who you are, to Tyler's point. So just be out there, keep reminding people of who you are and what you do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And Tyler, yeah.
Yeah, Steven's doing a good job too with the short form videos. Like, I mean, I see this guy posting shorts like reels.
Where's
all
he
the time.
posting them? How come I don't see him? Am I not following you, Steven? Let me see.
I don't know. It's on
There's
Instagram.
probably so many Steven Sanders, bro. Let me see. Sorry, Tyler, you can keep talking. Let me make sure I'm following Steven Sanders, the right one. No, this guy's definitely not you.
Where can people find the stuff you're posting?
Instagram, YouTube, and X. I tried to do TikTok, but they kept kicking me off. They don't like me.
Why? What'd you do?
I have no clue. I got banned twice for no reason. So
What's your handle on Instagram?
it should be
Small Good Decisions.
Small Good Decisions Realty Team.
Oh, okay. I'm not even following you. That's why. All right. I'm following you now. Yeah, and I can give you some advice on this too. We could figure out a good way to make this better for you.
Yeah, I'll take all the input.
All right. Cool. All right, we'll come back to you, Steven. Who was the other guy? Jose, where you at? Oh, he's like trying to figure it out. There you go.
I'm trying to turn on my mic, man. What's up, man?
How are you, man? Have I met you before? You sound familiar. Your voice, at least.
On a phone call, yeah, but not in person.
Yeah, that's what it is. How's life?
You know, it's good. I'm alive. You know, blessed, but
That's a good, it's a good way to look at things. Just being alive. That's what I say every single day. All right, so tell the YouTube world who you are, where you're from, and how many years you've been in the game.
Well, I'm Jose. I'm from San Jose, California. I'm born and raised here. Been in real estate for about, I want to say, 3 years now. I think I'm approaching my 4th year. But yeah, man.
Okay. And how many deals have you closed in 4 years?
Surprisingly, only one, and it's been a referral from the Colt.
Okay, that's good. And what's your biggest challenge? How come you've only closed one deal so far? What do you think?
I think it's more just I'm lazy, man. You know, I have all these thoughts in my head, right? And maybe it's because I have 2 jobs right now at the moment.
Yeah, that was my next question. How do you survive? So, what are your 2 jobs?
So one of them, I work at Costco. That's my night job. I'm off at 11, and my other job is just like a regular food job. But
it doesn't sound like you're lazy. It sounds like you're just not motivated to do. I mean, if you're getting up, you're doing the night shift at Costco. That's not lazy, and then you have 2 jobs. Just maybe real estate. You don't see the ticket in real estate, the golden ticket, or
no, I do see the golden ticket. It's just my current circumstances. You know, I needed the money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say consistent income, right? Because I know real estate it's more about, I wouldn't say consistent, but it can be consistent, right? But it takes some time to build that, I feel like. And but yeah, I do see the golden ticket though. I just think I need a job to sustain my life.
So you work Yeah, so you work Costco night. What's your night schedule? 11 to 6, 11 to 7?
No, it's from 5:30 p.m. to 11:15 p.m.
Okay. So, okay. 4 or
And
5 hours.
yeah, I just Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm no, Wednesdays and Thursdays I'm off. So
Okay.
yeah.
And what's your other job?
That one I just work in the mornings. I work Monday through Thursday, but right now, cause I'm, I getting better now. I'm thinking about possibly leaving that and just having that one job so I can just have more time.
Yeah. Okay. And can you work full-time Costco, full hours or no?
And that's the thing that's kind of difficult too. Is that it's a where I'm at. It's like union based.
Oh,
So if
yeah, yeah.
there's a full
Okay.
time position available, I have to put my name and this goes so I have seniority.
Yeah.
So that's my main goal to ultimately get full time there and then just have that.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
And so your biggest challenge is you think you're lazy, which I don't think you are. So get that out of your head. I think you got to survive, right? So you got to work the job. And I agree. I think you should. You should have the stable income coming in. But how do we do both, right? I think one of the jobs has to go, whether that's Costco or the other job. You pick your poison. But the other, if I could tell you, hey, quit one job and then the rest focus on real estate, and you could make 60 to 100,000 in a year, would you say, yeah, I'm all in, or would you be kind of skeptical?
well, the only reason I just have to kind of think about. Well, I would, but I have to like support some people here at my house, right?
Yeah,
So that's the only reason that I'll kind of like be hesitant.
second guess it. Yeah,
Right, because I have like, this is consistent income, but then the other choice is like, but I would go for it ultimately at the end of
yeah.
the day. Take a risk.
And this is a coaching call. These could be some personal questions, but how much do you need to survive? Like you support a bunch of people. How much money do you need to make per month? With
Well, at
bills,
least,
with everything, with food.
I would say at least, I mean, 3,500 or above, like 3,500. That's including
3,500.
everything like rent, um,
And the people you support, all that stuff?
yeah.
Okay. And Tyler, can you look up what the average commission size is in his state or his city? Just so I can get a good understanding. I think it's probably 8 grand.
Can I look that up? I mean, is that on
I mean, just
Google?
look at the average median home price in what city do you live in, Jose? Like of San Jose. So like
Uh, I'm in Morgan Hill, which is kind of like 15 minutes away from San Jose, but
so
it's kind of
Morgan Hill average home price is
like
probably what?
1.2.
Median sell price 1.3.
1.3. Okay, and then what's 2% of that?
That's around like
20.
40.
26 grand, right?
26 grand, and then half of it goes to EXP. Just joking.
No, actually not. But
That was a joke. I want to see if I can break character from Tyler. 80%. What's the net commission on that? 20 grand, I think. 22.
yeah, let me see real quick. Yeah, it would be about 20 grand, being really conservative.
So 3,500 divided. So I mean, if you go all in, I think Tyler, can you guarantee Jose one deal in the next 3 months if he goes all in?
If he's making enough contacts, yes.
Yeah, so we give him a game plan, a blueprint. I mean, he just needs to make one deal happen. Let's just say it's $1 million deal, 950. He's still bringing in 15 grand. That's 4 months worth of salary. So, Jose, the challenge is up to you. I know you're not lazy. I know you got people to support. I know you got to make $3,500. We got to come up with a solution, right? If your one deal was from a referral from the Colt, maybe be around the Colt more. If you're not in workplace, be around workplace. That's an app on your phone. You could mix and mingle with people. What else can we do, Tyler, to guarantee this guy a deal? I think he's got to be on the phones. He's got to be doing whatever we have to do on the marketing side for him. He's got to do the Instagram. He's got to be doing the steps to get that one deal. But if he's committed and we're committed, I think we can get him to that one deal in 3 months. That's like easy.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it really just comes down to like what you're willing to put your time, energy, and effort into. But like, you know,
Do
if
you have a zip code for there?
Oh, was that? Was that you, Tyler? Did you? You turn it?
no, that wasn't me.
Okay.
But
That was me, brother.
no, oh, no worries. But yeah, I mean, it depends what we want to focus on. We can focus on marketing. We can focus on outbound prospecting. I mean, those are really the two methods. Either you're sales focused or you're marketing focused. You know, and I'd kind of like to know where Jose sees the most opportunity sooner than not, because you know, I could say like hit the phones, hit the doors, hit the open houses. But if it's something that someone can't see themselves doing, it's not going to be too helpful if I tell them to do that. And so, you know, kind of, I mean, there's like four different approaches between all that, you know, because the fourth one is, you know, what if we did more on the marketing side? But it probably will help you to have more dollars to work with first before we, you know, really ramp that up at all, if anything. So,
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I think we could stick Jose in the open house, have him shadow a couple people, and find a busy open house, and he'll get one or two leads. Donovan's up there or close by or somewhere. I mean, Donovan's in California. We get Donovan next to this guy. Donovan can push him with his open house help, and they can land a deal. Even if Donovan's doing most of the work, they're splitting it 50-50. Like, we could figure something out if Jose's really serious about getting this done. But I don't think you have a lazy problem. I don't think you have a financial issue. I think it's just time right now, time commitment, and something's got to give. And then you got to go all in on real estate if that's something you want to do. If we're saying right now you have to close 3 deals in a year to make the salary you're making, I mean, 2.5 deals, that's crazy to me, right? So you can even get referrals, right, Tyler? You can refer people from here who are moving. Like, you could find so many ways to generate $40,000 in real estate income. So I would just challenge you, Jose, to pick your poison. One of the jobs has to go, and then you got to go all in. So Tyler and I will put you on the straight and narrow, essentially, tell you exactly what step to take, and then you have to take them and go all in. I know the first month will be hard, so maybe you save up a little bit, you cut costs somewhere. If it's about money and you're committing to it, Tyler and I will sponsor you for 1 full month. Tyler's like, what? I'm not sponsoring this. But 3,500 divided by 2, Tyler. I mean, if he's serious, we could 10x that with Jose running around doing the work, getting what he needs to do. I could put $1,500 in the ads for Jose. I'll do the ads pretending to be Jose, and he'll get leads. Like, I know it'll work. It's just he needs to go out there and work it. What do you think, Tyler? Am I crazy?
yeah, I mean, with ad spend, you know, I could predict how much business you'll close based on what you can put in the pipeline, if that's the approach. But like, whether it's that or like literally doing open houses, you know, it's all about making a certain amount. Like, so for instance, if you do enough open houses and drive enough traffic, get enough contacts, if you do that enough times, you can predict how many deals you'll close. Like, out of 100 leads from an open house, how many closings? There is a math equation there. Most people haven't done enough reps to figure out what the math equation is. But I guarantee you, if any of you out there listening, I'm not saying open houses is the end all be all, but it's one way. But if you generate 100 leads, get 100 correct contacts from you hosting open houses, I guarantee you will close a certain percentage of them, and it won't be 1%. It's going to be a higher number than that, if you drive 100 leads through an open house. But most people, they don't know that because they haven't actually done it. Like, to them, it's a mystery if and when they host an open house. Like, does that result in a closing? I mean, most people haven't generated enough leads in an open house to know that. But it's no different than marketing. You know, if Lending Tips puts 1,500 on your ad spend and you drive however many leads you get from that, maybe it's 100 leads, but regardless, we know that's gonna likely lead to one closing and potentially another one or two in the future if the follow up's there.
Yeah. And how old are you again, Jose?
29.
29. So you're still young. You still got time. And you know the ins and outs of real estate, right? That one deal you did, was it challenging? Like, what was your feeling? What was your feedback from that one deal?
The only reason why I'd say it's challenging was because we had to stick within a certain budget, and the area that they were looking, or their first choice area, didn't fit within
That
that
budget.
budget. So we kind of had to look elsewhere for a couple. So I guess it was just about being patient and informing them, like, hey, like the right one will pop up, and then next thing you know, uh, a good opportunity popped up in their first choice, and we ended up going there, 100K off list price, some equity once they moved in, and yeah, they didn't have to pay my commission. So
Nice.
I'd say they got a good deal.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, that's pretty
Okay,
much
so
how it
you
worked out.
managed. I mean, you did what you. I mean, that's how most deals are, right? People have high expectations. You walk them through the process. You find the house. You put the offer in. So yeah, that's basically standard. But if you're looking to grow after this call, get with Tyler, and then we'll schedule something to where we plan it. Right? Maybe it's not tomorrow where you rip the Band-Aid off and quit your job. Maybe it's in 4 months. I know the peak part of real estate's going to be in May, June, right? That's when everyone starts to shop for homes, list their homes. So if we can get you out in the streets before then, into open houses once or twice a week with scripts, we can really drive traffic your way and at least help you get to that goal of not having to have two jobs and working the night shift and all that terrible stuff that's holding you back from really a successful real estate career. And we don't have to do ads. Like we could, if you need $1,500 to survive, and you're saying, "Hey, Josh, give me 1,500. I'll quit one of the jobs and I'll go all in on real estate." You just better get us one deal, right? You better get us a transaction, or we're gonna come find you. Just joking. We're not gonna do it, but we'll make it happen.
Yeah, man. It's good to have you here, man. You and Tyler, TNT,
No,
TNL,
no, TNL, TNL, no. Can't mention
TNL.
the
My
other
bad.
T.
I mean, you got the tips, so
There
I
we go.
mean,
That's
kind
true.
of.
That's true. But yeah, hit us up afterwards.
TLT. It's like the TLT.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, just give up. It's okay. We're back. We're back. Hit us up afterwards, Jose. We'll plan an attack for you. We'll make it happen. Don't worry, Tyler. I
For
won't
sure,
make
bro.
you spend 1,500. It's okay. Tyler, who was our third candidate here? Is he here? She?
She is here. Essie, welcome. This is our
Ooh.
Florida chat in the house, representing the Florida coast.
I didn't know she was in Florida. What part of Florida are you in, Essie?
Daytona Beach.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that. Looks like a beautiful place. Now tell the world where you are in the world. You just said Daytona. How old you are, how long you've been in the industry, and how many transactions you've closed in your career.
Yeah, so I'm in Central East Florida, and I service the greater Daytona Beach area, surrounding cities. I'm 29, and I've been in the industry now for 3 years. And I've had a total of about 10 transactions.
Okay. And your biggest challenge so far in the last 3 years with 10 transactions, what do you think is the biggest challenge?
So the biggest challenge has been definitely time balancing, schedule, time blocking, scheduling, um, that type of stuff. Because similar to Jose and a lot of others, it's like we have, financial responsibilities, and then I know I've struggled really bad with just time blocking and scheduling, and not prioritizing, right? That's what my first no was. And then not selecting the correct people to be working with, and then having, people run you around, and then, make you do all this work, and then me not being able to catch that earlier.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, all part of the pains
so,
of growing. Yeah, for sure. Now, when you say time management, it sounds like similar to Jose, you have another job, right? You have something that brings in the income on a consistent basis.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And what's your schedule there? Is it full time, 9 to 5, or how do you even have time to balance?
No, so I specifically went 1099, so I would literally just do things on the side that allowed me flexibility, um, as far as balancing everything else that I had. Um, so I don't have a set schedule. So um, I am lucky in that aspect. So if I do have a showing, I can just stop doing my 1099 side hustles and things and just help, the buyer or take a call if I need to. Like I can stop what I'm kind of doing. I'm not in a certain 9 to 5 setting.
Okay. And I mean, just between the group and all, I think sometimes that's kind of hurtful, right, in a way, because you don't have that time block. At least Jose has a commitment from 5 to 11. He knows he has to be there 5 to 11. And so the rest of the day, if he's not working on real estate, then we know there's an issue with just putting in the work. Where I think you are kind of almost at a disadvantage, right? You're doing all these side hustles, you're being sidetracked, pulled from each direction. Someone calls, you drop everything you have and then run to it, but you're not making the cold calls, you're not making the consistent email threads, you're not posting on social media consistently, you're not networking consistently because you have to survive. Which, I mean, that's a struggle that we all have to face. But time blocking is huge. Now let's rewind. Why did you want to do real estate in the first place?
Because I really saw it as an investment. At first, it wasn't really necessarily like I was going to start from the bottom and work my way up, but I was interested in eventually getting into, fix and flips. But considering that I had zero, like complete, like negative zero knowledge in real estate whenever I joined, I was like, okay, well, I'll just work my way up, just so I can learn the process and everything. But it was really to be able to invest in real estate and save money. Thanks to Josh, and you.
Yeah. And so going back to that why, that's the reason why I asked. I wanted to see exactly why you were doing real estate, because a lot of people just get into real estate for the paychecks or for the freedom. So it sounds like you have a deliberate plan as to why you were in there, and I think we've gone away from that your why, essentially, and it's almost now a side hustle for you, which I don't want it to be. I want you to get back to your original why and learning those ropes of fix and flips and investing and being a part of that somehow while still making some money. So for you, how do you generate leads and relationships right now? Walk me through like a hello to closed. Like, how do you get the leads now?
So leads, as far as my closed transaction goes, they were either workplace referrals, but there were sphere of influence as well. The majority of them, and even the people that I have in my pipeline right now, it's really from sphere of influence. And even though, again, going back to social media, I know that would be super beneficial if I were to stay consistent with it, because people, and I've heard this multiple times from different people, they remember me because of my work ethic and my like integrity. Like I have really built trust with them to where they want to work with me versus the agent that they do see on social media constantly. And I've heard that from many different people. So sphere of influence is great, but again, it could definitely be bigger if I were to do more prospecting.
Yeah. And what's holding you back from more prospecting besides your 1099 jobs? Is it literally just the blocking out of time? Where if I said, yeah, Essie, block out 10 to 11 tomorrow and every day for the rest of your life just for lead generation and networking and meeting new people, could you do that? 10 to 11 a.m., of course.
10 to 11, yeah, I could. I just have to do it. Like, I just
Yeah.
have to stop putting priority to whatever comes up in the moment type of thing. And then like I just constantly get distracted. But yeah, if I really set myself to it and actually followed the entire time schedule that I have, like my schedule, then yes, I could make it and do it.
Okay. So I think that's my challenge for you is tomorrow, 10 to 11. Just do it and see how it goes. And then do it for one day. And then the next day, do it again and see if you can see what your streak will be. If it's one day, cool. If you can't do it 2 days in a row, we understand, but start over the next day. But I think there needs to be a set time for you to do certain real estate tasks. And I think the most important one is lead generation, right? It's building up the pipeline, whether that's social media, whether that's phone calls to businesses, whether that's emails to your past clients, or whether that's going into EXP networks and tapping into those resources and figuring out where your next referral will come from or who you're going to send a referral to. It's stuff like that I think you have to time block for. So 10 to 11, I think I need to challenge you to do it at least once and see how it goes and see what you generate. And if you need help with ideas of how to generate deals or communication with people, or just let Tyler and I know, and we'll jump on a call, 2-minute coaching call, right? We'll do a little pump up and say, hey, this is your challenge. Call 100 people. Here's the login for the dialer. Here's how to log in on Mojo Dialer. We have a list of businesses in that area. All you're going to do is call them and see if you could do a YouTube video with them about their business. Do it for 20 minutes. And you're going to call as many people as you can in 20 minutes. Hopefully one business owner responds favorably. And now the next day from 10 to 11, you're going to his business and shooting a quick YouTube video about his local tire shop or whatever the case may be. And you're posting that and you're being of value. But I think you just need a kick in the butt, and I think you need a time block. And Tyler and I will push you to the promised land. But start tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you, noted. I will.
Yeah. And then back to all three of you guys. What's one thing besides just time blocking tomorrow that you guys can all do to take the next step? So we'll start with Jose. Is Jose still here? Jose? He's gone. He left. I don't see him. Steven, you're up. What's one thing you're going to do tomorrow that besides wedding plan and do all that stuff? What's one thing you're going to get done tomorrow?
Really, I need to learn how to follow up and lead generation. I don't do any of those well, so learn those two skills.
Okay. And tomorrow, I guess my challenge for you for lead generation is to DM 50 people. So
Okay.
go
Just
through.
my sphere of influence.
Yeah, just not even about real estate. Just say something about a story they posted, but not just like an emoji, or just give them like, hey man, checking up on you. How's everything going? Stump something like that, or respond to their story. Oh man, looking good. Looks like you're hitting up the gym. So yeah, that's your challenge for tomorrow. 50 people.
Easy.
And I want screenshots. I want you to video record your screen, and then I want you to send it in to me and Tyler. Okay?
I
You know how to
got
do
you.
that? I know you're 29, bro, or 30. You know how to screen record. Okay? I just learned. And Tim just taught me how to do it, actually. Jose's back or no? No. Oh, there he is. Jose, you're the tough one. Yeah, there you go. Mute, unmute. There you go. Gotcha.
What's up?
All right. So, what's one thing you're gonna do tomorrow to change your life? I guess real estate. What's one thing you can commit to?
I can probably look up some like a certain neighborhood. I can go and go walk and knock some doors.
Okay. You could do that tomorrow for an hour, 30 minutes.
Like create the farm or actually go out and do it.
Well, Tyler, what do you recommend he carry when he's door knocking? For me, it's just CMAs. Like, I would do it more specific. So you find a neighborhood, you find a house that just sold, and then around that area, you door knock and say, hey, here's what this house just sold next door. I think I can get that same amount for you. Are you looking to sell in the near future? So I would find a house that just sold, create a market analysis around that area on that house that sold, and print out that flyer. Maybe it's 10 of them, and then go door to door, 10 houses, and say, hey, look, I'm just knocking around. I'm an agent. I have buyers who are looking to buy in your area. This is what this neighbor sold for. I could probably do the same for you if you give me a shot. Are you interested in selling? So I think you could do that.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Yeah, I'm writing it down, man, right now.
Yeah, no problem. I was like, what's he doing?
No, it's because I'm running 2 Zooms at once, and sometimes I have to
Dang,
mute
bro,
this one.
2 Zooms? No wonder you're
Yeah.
distracted. What's the other Zoom?
It's a buyer's console, bro.
With who? A buyer?
Yeah.
Oh, get off this one then, bro. Hang up. Why are you here with me, dude? You can just call me anytime.
It's cause, man, I got a personal invite from
Tyler,
Tyler,
we
so I
gotta
had to
work on
show
this,
up.
Jose. We gotta work on this Jose character. He's got everything in front of him. He's got buyers right now, and he's distracted. Okay, hey, what's up? Hey, guys. Hey, buyer's consultation. You want me to handle it for you?
Hey, what's up? Wait, what?
You want me to handle the consult for you?
Oh yeah, man, step in.
All
I'll
right.
invite you.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll handle it, bro. I'll close that shit for you. All right. Essie, tomorrow, you're committing to 100 calls, or what are you doing? What do you need from me? You need the dialer? What do you need to log into? Do you need the phone numbers? What do you want? What's your comfort zone?
So I already have a list of expireds that I have in mind to be calling that has been put off. Evan and I have been putting expired call list, so I'll be calling that list tomorrow. If you want to challenge me to a certain amount, I'm open to it.
I'm going to challenge you to 50 of them. I don't know if you have 50 on your list, but how are you going to do it? Is it manual? Is it through a dialer, or what's your approach?
Manual.
How do you have that list like on a CVS? Was it CSV? CVS. Same thing. I'm from a different country. I don't know. CVS, CVSV. It's the same thing, you know.
I got you.
What do you have? You have it on like a spreadsheet, or what do you have?
Yeah, he started it on a spreadsheet, and then we converted over to a Google sheet. So I have to see how many are on there. But regardless,
And these are
we
just
can.
expireds, right?
Yeah, very specified expireds. They are expireds that are vacant properties and paid off as well.
Okay, so you just kind of
Paid off
list
property.
stacked. Can you do me a favor? I don't know if I have your phone number. Maybe you have mine, but text me the zip code that you want these expireds in, and then I'll pull 100 of them. Expireds that are vacant, that are free and clear. Is that your list, your parameters?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll pull 100 within a certain area of your zip code that you text me, and then I'll skip trace them for you, and then I'll send you the phone numbers. I can either put them in the dialer for you, and you guys make the call on the dialer, or you can manually call through all 100 of them. You pick, but send me the zip code, and then I'll take it from there.
Okay, thank you. That sounds like a plan.
And if you don't call them, you owe me 42 minutes of my life, okay?
Okay,
And that's really expensive sometimes, or a very expensive steak. So be careful. You better call them.
Well, considering that I want to transition into real estate full time sooner rather than later, you could count on me making those calls. And then also, the one semi consistent thing we've been doing as well has been recording home tours for new construction. So
That's
actually,
good.
we went out today, yeah, and shot some more videos, and so I'll be also posting that tomorrow. So it'll be the expireds list, and I'll also be posting on YouTube.
Nice. Yeah, and like I said before, don't don't get stuck in the mindset that you have to do social media. You got to do everything, to be honest with you. So don't focus on the quality of the social media video. Don't worry about the edits. Just get out there, show your face at the new build, new constructions, meet some people around the area who are touring. Like, you never know when you're going to get lucky just being around. Being on the phones, cold calling these expireds. You might get someone who's just fed up, right? You're the 1 millionth caller, and they're finally like, hey, let's just get it sold and make it happen. So just keep putting the reps in, all of you guys who are doing whatever, either if you're a wholesaler, if you're a fix and flipper, you're a realtor, you're Tyler as a kind of like a recruiter slash coach. You got to just put the reps in and don't get sucked in into one thing that you think is going to work. Just keep being consistent all the way around, and I think you'll get lucky. It's not just generic luck, it's like actionable luck. And that's kind of what I base my life on. So I think you guys are all on the right track. You guys just got to be more consistent. You got to do more and be in the right places so you can get lucky.
What do you think about LT? Have you ever leveraged buyers to find sellers? What are your thoughts on that?
Have I ever say that again? I mean, you just threw my brain. How do I explain it in depth? I know you got some. You're setting me up for something here, Tyler.
No, I'm curious if you've ever like had that approach before. I think it's a creative approach, but like, have you ever like used an actual buyer who you're actively searching? They have their criteria. Have you ever used that criteria to market to sellers for?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, if someone's looking for a specific unique property, I could search that on any of these platforms we have access to, and we could generate listings. We've done it before, and then you double end the deal. Is it a harder approach? Yeah, but just like everything else, you got to put in the work, do the right research, get the right data, and then I'm looking for a piece of land right now for a client who wants to build his house. What did I do the last 2 days? I pulled the data of all the vacant properties in San Diego, narrowed it down to the locations he wanted it, 3 zip codes, and it turned out to there's 1,000 vacant pieces of land in those 3 zip codes. So now I skip trace. Now I generate the marketing plan for the emails and the mailers that go out. I have someone call, see if they're looking to sell off market because I have a family who wants to build their dream house or whatever story I paint for these people. And now I'm double ending it. And so, yeah, you have to leverage everything you have. If that buyer's looking for something specific or not, you could still use that to your favor, in your favor.
Because like I think there might like I mean if you have past clients closing or like deals closed or that might be a listing you sold, but also buyers you're working with, like to what extent, if any, are you using that as a marketing piece to find more inventory that might meet the criteria? So for instance, um, like you could put letters out to areas like, so say your buyer is looking at a specific neighborhood they want to be in. They've looked at everything on the market, they haven't quite found what they're looking for. But imagine if you had a letter with the right copy that kind of hit some key aspects of your buyers, like, hey, here's my buyers, here's what they're looking for. And maybe even start the letter off with like reverse psychology. Hey, I know you're probably not even thinking about selling your home this year, but, and then you go into like, hey, my buyers are looking, we've seen everything. And then if there's any interest, here's my number, and like where people can actually reach out. Because I think if your copy is dialed in, like if your messaging is dialed in correctly, you can use that actual buyer you have to potentially find a deal for them and double end it. But even if you don't, guess what? You've got anyone who reaches out, like you can assess if it's right for them or not. But ultimately, you can always put a next step forward if you're having the conversation with them first. But I share that to say, like, how many of us out there, how many of you out there are leveraging every single client you have to generate potentially more inventory on the listing side, or when you have a sell, using that as a almost as like a social proof of a result you got, especially if it was a great result. Like, are you using that as a marketing piece to get in conversation with more homeowners in that area?
Yeah.
Can I chime in?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up, David?
Hey, what's up? So yeah, I like that approach a lot, and it's worked for me. I actually got a listing in Trumbull, so I do it for the off-market stuff. So for my buyers, sometimes the competition's been tough last couple, like the last year, and year before when I first started. So I started doing off market, and it's all about the approach where it's like you're not pushing them to sell it to the guys, but I have a house in Trumbull, Connecticut that I'm actually working on listing. Originally started with me using my buyer to reach out, for them. And then we just kept in touch ever since because I already made the connection. And now we're working on listing that property. And then I have same thing. I have my first ever commercial listing in Naugatuck, Connecticut. That that I did the same thing. I brought in like two different buyers, but ever since then we've kept in touch and gone out for a drink or two. Me and the owner. But now we're working on putting that on market, and I like that strategy a lot. And I think it's actually easy when you're doing a cold call. If you have some buyers already, that leveraging them during these cold calls that you're doing, you're tackling these. They got their criteria they want to meet. So cold call those criterias for the homes. Who's to say they're willing to sell it right there? If not, you made the contact. If you felt like the contact was good, that you just keep in touch with them, and you're hitting them in your sphere. That at one point they're gonna be like, hey, you know what? I'm actually thought about selling. So
No, I agree.
I don't know. I like.
Yeah. I think I mean, Tyler, you won't believe it, but we sent out a random postcard through one of these like Deal Machine or something. I forgot what platform, Batch Leads or Deal Machine. So you basically search, you search and you send a customized postcard. And I sent it out a year ago. Didn't even remember. The lady calls yesterday and says, "Hey, I'm ready to sell my house." All because in my postcard I said, "Hey, we have local buyers in your area that are looking to buy." A year ago, when we probably did have a buyer. Now I don't, but I'm still gonna try to get the listing for someone and try to make it happen. So that approach works. You just gotta put in the work like everything else.
Yeah, and I think that's something too. I can think of some people on the team that come to mind that have a lot of past clients at this point, and I know that they're aware. Like some of them do, I feel like a good job of staying in touch with their past clients, but there's others that have like this massive like list of people they've helped that had a great experience. But like my concern with them is like, are these people gonna even remember you helped them in 2 years? And because that's massive opportunity, not to mention how you could leverage that for marketing, social proof, and getting conversation with more people. But I think it's just all about having the right like steps into play, like post closing, or like maybe when you get a client, like, okay, you get a new buyer, let's of course help this buyer, but like, okay, what are we going to do to get that message out to more people, maybe generate the right opportunity for them? So just some things for everyone to think about, who's an agent out there. Or, I mean, even if you're an investor, there's probably application to some of the strategy to get in conversation with more people from what we're talking about.
Yeah, for sure. No, I like it. Anyone else have any final words, final thoughts? We didn't really get everyone else's opinion on things. What do you guys got?
Someone asked, Alec asked, he said, do I need to be a member of the group? I think he's asking, do I need to be a part of like, how does he get leads like what we're talking about? Like, I think what you were talking about with Jose. So he's wondering how he can get like involved or whatever.
You got to be an agent, first of all. If you're not an agent, then get licensed and then call Tyler. And then Tyler will connect you with all the tools you need to get all the resources you need to be successful. Right, Tyler? Is that the good answer, or the straightforward answer is get licensed, join the team, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think Alec's already in the process. So yeah, Alec, get your license first and foremost. I mean, I don't think we're going to talk, like, I don't think we're going to make an investment in leads for you, honestly, if you don't have a license. Like, you got to have your license to drive before we put fuel in your tank.
Dang, bro, that was deep. That was like a Texas thing. That was like a built Ford tough line. Can't say that with a Cybertruck. But no, I think everyone who's a real estate agent on your team needs to plug in with you like ASAP and get the leads going. At the bare minimum, have the account set up and then start investing slowly, $5 a day or whatever it is, into the ad spend to get more exposure. I think that's step number one for everyone on the team. Step number two is to get the blueprint of what we need to do everywhere else, your sphere of influence, your EXP groups that we're in and how to get referrals from that. There's science proven backed by science, I guess, Tyler science on ways to generate business just by being here. And we can do that for you. Josh Answers is sending out 5 referrals a day across the country, it seems like. Some days more, some days less, but we're pushing out transactions to people just from being in this live stream and in this group. So stay connected, get into Tyler's network, get into his marketing platform that he's working on for all the agents, because that thing's going to drive more traffic just to you. And hit me up if you need help with anything. I'm always available. I might not respond as fast as you want me to, because obviously I'm doing stuff, but I want you guys to know that I'm here. So I'm willing to invest in guys like Jose to get him 3 transactions this year, just so we can quit his 2 jobs. I'm willing to help Essie with the skip tracing and pulling the data once she sends me the zip code. I'm willing to help Steven Sanders build his social media stuff. These aren't just things I'm saying to just say. I know you guys, besides Jose, I know most of you guys for 3 to 5 years, right? I've seen you guys. I've talked to Jose a couple times, but we're invested in you guys, and we want to see our investment grow. We don't want you guys just to do 10 transactions. We want you to do 100 transactions. I know Ian's out here somewhere. I saw him earlier, but he's crushing it, and he's taking everything Tyler's telling him to do, from the ads to the Facebook to the Instagram to the TikToks, and he's pushing the limits. And it helps that he has the discipline, military background to do all these things effectively. But that's kind of what we want to instill in you guys. He's just taking Tyler's plan and running with it. And so for all you guys who don't have a plan, get with Tyler to build that plan, and I'll get inserted in there somewhere to help push or drive the needle even further. So that's all I got to say, Tyler. What do you got?
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, to your point, I mean, it's really how you show up and put yourself, because like we give you the plan, like we take if you're getting into the industry, we take the guesswork out of it for you, but how you apply yourself to it is the difference maker. Like someone like Ian, who does 41 deals his first 12 months, he applied himself a certain kind of way for that to happen. It didn't just happen because he got his license and got started. Like he showed up and put his best foot forward a certain kind of way. He had a certain level of confidence, even when he didn't have the experience to show with it. But he did follow the plan very well. He did plug into like he executed with some of the key things as well as anyone I've ever seen, like literally best, as well executed as anyone I've ever seen. And so depending on how well you execute, that's kind of translate into the, how soon you see the results and what it looks like. And a lot of people don't even realize too, the other side of it. It's like, I think a lot of times people don't put enough in the pipeline, or they just, they might feel good about the 3 or 4 buyers they have, but they don't realize that like 3 of those could like never even get to the closing table. Because I was talking to a new member of the herd the other day, and was kind of telling him about like we had a couple people on the team that had 9 closings in March. And I mean they've been licensed 2 or 3 years each. And I was telling him that, and he was kind of alluding to like how that felt like almost like was impossible or something. And I was letting him know, like, hey, well, here's the thing you don't even see with that. Like, you hear 9 closings, what you don't recognize is they had to have like 30 actual client opportunities to put 9 in the pipeline. Like, so like, imagine that. It's like not just like, hey, nine buyers or sellers, here we go. It's like, no, to get that much in the pipeline, you got to have 30 solid opportunities. But that doesn't just happen. That happens when you build momentum and you keep building and building and building and building momentum. And most people, like, I don't see that consistent. Like most people, they'll like put their best foot forward for a couple weeks. They might do a few open houses. They might go knock doors for a few weeks and then they stop. Guess what happened to your momentum? Your momentum stops. Like, but when you keep building it week after week after week, that's how you build it up to that point. So, yeah, I wish I had a better way to instill that into people, because like all y'all are hearing me say that, but show me like 3 months from now that you've been building momentum that whole time. Like very few people will actually do it. But we'll take the guesswork out of it at least. Like you're gonna know what to do. You're gonna know how to do it. You're gonna have the lifetime fitness membership, but time will tell whether I see you in the gym every day or whether I see you like, a couple times a month at that.
There we go. That's what I told someone today. Like, you still got to put in work, whether it's joining a team or switching brokerages or going on your own or what, you still got to put in the work. Like a guy can do steroids, a girl can do steroids, but if they're not putting in the work, they're not going to grow. You're just going to stay the same. And I've seen people who literally do steroids thinking they're going to grow, and they don't go to the gym. They don't work out as hard. Same thing with some of the people on the team, right? We give them a blueprint. They don't want to take it. They get distracted by everything else, the shiny object syndrome. But we want you to grow, and that's why the plan is there. And I think I'm going to have to force you guys to grow. I think I'm going to have to force you to get in the gym, do the reps. I'll spot you when it gets tough, but you got to get in there, at least show face, and make sure you're going 110%.
So how should someone, if someone's out there and they're kind of, looking to, I guess, figure out how they can get more involved with the team or just what we're doing in real estate, if they're on YouTube or if they're maybe just lurking, like what should they do? Like, because I saw a few people, I think that like someone was wondering, about how they could, collab with us or
Yeah.
I guess what's next for someone if they're kind of new to the don't buy real estate world, or maybe they're
Yeah, I
just
forgot
like,
most people aren't on the team. So the first step is join the school community first and foremost. That link's in the description. Get plugged in, DM me and myself and Tyler. We're in there. And then we'll set up a call with you guys and just kind of see where your journey is as a real estate agent or investor or wholesaler, whatever the case may be. And we'll see if you are able to be coachable and where we can help you. So first and foremost, join the community. Find a way to get in touch with Tyler and myself, because that will be life-changing. Even if we don't accept you on the team, I think we can at least guide them in the right direction. So join school. I don't know if the link's in there. Maybe Jason put it in there. Should be in there. We'll let you in. Then DM myself and Tyler. We're both moderators in there, and then we'll sync up with you guys outside of this call.
there we go. So there you heard it. So yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you there if you reach out, and otherwise we'll see you next week or whenever we're live. Right.
Yeah, we might go live again on Thursday. I'll let you know.
All right.
All right, boys and girls. Thanks for your time. Don't forget to send me the stuff you need to send me.
I got you.
All right, later.
See y'all.
Thank you.